Hey everyone, and welcome back to the CreatorSoft YouTube channel. And today we're going to be talking about RPG Maker. So what is RPG Maker? It's basically a game engine to build, as the name implies, RPGs, which are role-playing games. And specifically, I do feel like this caters to a specific type of RPGs, which are the JRPGs, Japanese role-playing games. It is a paid tool, it is not free, but occasionally you will get deals on Steam whenever the sales are going on. So you could definitely always look out for that. Now, what's my personal history with RPG Maker? Well, it started when I was in 7th, going into 8th grade, and it was during that time where I wanted to learn how to build games, and I didn't know how, didn't know where to start. So with whatever little Googling I was able to do, RPG Maker, along with Game Maker, were two of the first tools that were kind of out there that I knew of personally, where you could build your own games. For whatever reason, RPG Maker stood out more simply because it was easier, and it was during that time I was kind of like slowly getting into RPGs, thanks to, a buddy of mine who lent me a copy of Grandia 2 for the PlayStation 2, and from there I just kind of got the bug a little bit. So now I started on RPG Maker 2000, which was a fan translation from a guy named Don Miguel, who was this programmer. Included with it was a sample game he built. If I can find some footage, I will post it along with this video. After that, it was RPG Maker 2003. I remember XP, and it was after XP where I stopped using the software. But I do have RPG Maker VX Ace, and I know the current one might be MZ, which is available on Mac, Windows, and you can export to like the web, different consoles, iOS. So it's definitely come a long way. So what's the history of RPG Maker? It's been around. I was doing some Googling and some Wikipedia, and it's been around since almost the late 80s. So I know there was 3D versions on the PlayStation 2. There was a 3DS version. I know there's a PlayStation 4 and a Switch version. I think that pretty much covers it for major consoles. I don't believe it's available on the Xbox. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into the software now. I'm gonna show you guys how to build something simple, easy. I'm also gonna open up a project I was working on a month ago or two, which is probably not gonna get finished, but I will post project files down below. So if you want to open it up yourself, you guys can. Okay, we're in RPG Maker VX Ace, and we're just gonna build something quick and casual, just to show you guys how quickly it is to get started. So I'm gonna start a new project. I don't know, let's name it Sample Project. Okay, this is our first map. Here you got your tiles, and you can switch the tiles over by clicking down here, the A and B. So let's want to make sure we're in editing mode. This is editing mode. This is event mode and region mode. I'm not too familiar with region mode, so might have to look into documentations for that one. But event mode lets you set up the logic, the events, what's going to happen. Is a door opening, closing, did you receive gold, stuff like that. And let's just start with our little map here. I'm going to fill it all up. Maybe add a few little mountains here. Now you can change the tile set of the map by right-clicking on the map and hitting Map Properties. From here, you can select the tile set that you want. Let's add some water. And a little small town here. How about we add a castle instead? Now you can play test this at any time by clicking the play test, save your project. There you go. That's how quick it is to get started, honestly. Now let's actually do something, right? Let's go to event. Let's Have a new event here. And the event page, like I said, you can change anything, stats, change weapon, armor. There's a lot of options here. And if that's not enough and you want to get a little bit deeper, you can edit some scripts too. So there is a inbuilt script editor if you really want to fine tune certain things. But let's go back to our event. Actually, before that, let's create a new map. Let's call it Castle. Now we're going to make this just a little bit bigger. Let's try 50 by 50. Okay, up here you can zoom out. Now let's say you want to quickly get something up and running. You can right click and you can generate a dungeon. Actually, we can't do it from the... We're going to have to change the tile set. Let's go to exterior. Let's generate a dungeon from there. There we go. Okay. You can easily set up a dungeon. Now, if you want to set up a overworld map, there are samples already. So you can load a sample map, and from here you can select what you want. So let's choose a castle town. Cool. Let's go back to our little field here, and let's add a new event. We're going to want to transfer the player to that new castle town we just created. So, under movement, we have transfer player. Select our map. One we just loaded. Let's start down there. You hit OK. So set the trigger to player touch. So that way when we walk over it, we can easily go to that new map. There you go. Now from here you can create your own little inns, your pubs, using the same method by generating a map. But that's pretty much it. And I'm going to show you something I was working on, which I never got to finish. So this is Starlust. This was a game I was working on. Just, I guess for fun, creativity-wise, give me something else to do. And I didn't get really too far. I mean, I have an overworld. I do have some small towns here. Let me zoom in here for you. I have an intro area, dungeon, castle area. All this was hand created. If you want, we can actually take a look at it. So I was testing something here. I'm not really sure where I was going to go with the story. It was definitely going to be something sci-fi-ish. Let me set the player to the overworld. So let's actually go to the intro. If it works. Not really sure what that is. So from here, the intro, you go into the overworld. Okay. From there was going to be a switch. But you can't actually go inside the buildings. There are no people. Nothing's really fleshed out. It's mostly just towns and stuff. Oh, I can't move. It's definitely not perfect. But this was what I was working on, and I am going to make this available to download below, so feel free to check it out. With that being said, That's pretty much it for now. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button. And if you want to see more content, subscribe.